All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, to the hopeful elect in the 1/3. And Adonatazah, this lesson will be edifying as well as exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. And Tawadi Bashim El Shai Bahashem Rachakwadash for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, Clever and Cunning, Peep This. And I just want to touch on real quick, when it comes to Esau, Edom, he deals with a sleight of hand. All right. You have to also understand that he's a cunning hunter, and how he operates is the same way a hunter, tricks its prey, baits its prey, and pretty much gets them to go in gets them to go into a direction that he wants them to go. Okay. And I want to touch on this situation with this New Orleans, New Orleans Jakes that escaped. Excuse me. I was just looking up something real quick. I want to touch on this real quick because I was watching Elder Pastahar's video today, and I didn't know that they use facial recognition to actually capture just about all of the inmates. Okay, I didn't know this. So, I speak as a man, but I believe that this was not an organic situation. Okay, I actually believe that Esau, Edom, either helped or turned a blind eye to lead to these Jakes, all right, these prey, all right, to go out, escape, and then for him to use facial recognition, okay, biometrics as a tool of resource to help him capture these dangerous fugitives, okay? So you got to understand, when you're dealing with the devil, all right, when you're dealing with Esau, Edom, this cunning hunter, all right, what he likes to do is he likes to create a threat, and then he creates a threat so that he gets to use a new portion of his blessing, all right, to allow the public to accept it more reasonably, okay? So I'm speaking as a man here, but when you go into facial recognition, you have to also understand that that's going into biometrics, okay? AI, facial recognition, biometrics, authentication methods that use algorithms to identify or verify individuals by analyzing their face. So this is nothing more than MOTB technology. All right. So I just want to touch on this real quick. If you didn't know, all right, I just found out during the ongoing massive manhunt for 10 inmates who escaped from a New Orleans jail last week, authorities say the use of facial recognition run by a private organization helped lead to the recapture of one of the fugitives and blah, blah, blah. So what do you think? Okay, what do you think? We're dealing with a cunning hunter. Okay, he needs the public to be in agreement for whatever he's rolling out next. So what he likes to do is he likes to create a threat. He likes to create a boogeyman so that the general public say, please, we need this. We need AI. We need biometrics. We need facial recognition. We need the MOTB. You see? Now, real quick, this is Genesis 25 and 27. It says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. So when you watch Esau, Edom, how he operates is exactly like a hunter. And you have to understand that Jacob the worm is the prey. All right. So he finds ways to demonize you, create you as a threat so that he can come out with his blessing on a level that he's going to come with, so that the general public isn't looking like he's ODing, he's going overboard, or this is overkill. So he's definitely creating a boogeyman so that when he comes out with this new tech, all right, the people are going to think that this level of this technology, the level of his blessing is needed. All right. You got to understand with this guy. Like I said, I had no idea that they use this. Okay. I had no idea. Facial recognition technology has been utilized in the search for escaped inmates with both successes and controversies surrounding it. Right. And I remember one of the pictures, I think it said like too easy. Okay. Let me see. I think they wrote on the wall, it said like too easy. So you don't think that Esau Edom? Oh, see, I want a bigger picture. You know, right here. You don't think Esau Edom, helped in a way? I guess I'd have to go to Instagram, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe it said there was like a writing on the wall and it said like too easy. So you don't think that Esau Edom helped Jake escape so that this technology can be used and introduced to the general public so people aren't feeling that with the government using this kind of technology on the general public, it's not invasive because there's such a threat out there that we need this level of tech so that you are protected. This is how he operates. Come on, 911. All right, remember 911? What did he do? He created a boogeyman so that he could watch you. Now, I'll show you real quick because I was watching Enemy of the State the other night. Look at this. Look what I found out in this. Okay, when you go into this movie, this came out in 1988. The main devil, all right, his birthday was what? 911, came out in 1998, and then 2001, you had 5 Amaleks dancing on a garage rooftop. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. So let's go back. Genesis 25 and 27. And Esau was a cunning hunter. How does he operate? He operates to destroy you as a hunter would his prey. Doesn't it say my people are going to be led as a flock to the slaughter? Doesn't it say that? I'll actually get that for you real quick. Let's get 2nd Ezra 15. Okay, it's just a quick one. Let me see. Look, to know, perceive, distinguish, experience. Okay, so Esau Edom is a very experienced in his craft. He's very skillful. So he has live exercises to pretty much work out the kinks of these situations. Like going back to this movie when they got caught. Okay, this is a good movie. You should watch it. It's free on YouTube. When they got caught, the Edomites said that they thought it was just a training exercise. So this is what Esau does. He does live training exercises with the general public of people, and they have no idea that this is the real thing. Okay, so that could have been a live exercise to see, one, how the facial recognition would work in tracking, looking, how it operates with biometrics, and 2, how would the general public of people accept this invasive technology. So as long as you create a boogeyman, okay, people are gonna think, okay, well, I could see why we need that. See, just like with the TSA, you didn't have TSA until 2001. 2nd Ezra 15, so he's working the bugs out right now. Okay, he's working things out so he can track you, trace you, capture you, facial recognition you, create a identity for you through your tricks. All right, this is all leading up to the MOTB. Okay, now the walls are closing in digitally. The walls are closing in with a frequency. All right. 2nd Ezra 15 and 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. So when what you got backstories for some of these Jakes, some of them have, different reasons why they may have been locked up. But the point is, okay, these Jakes were used as sheep. All right. And then he let them out. I'm just speaking as a man. But come on, the times that we're in, you gotta take things, with a grain of salt. So these Jakes somehow, some way, they find a way to escape. If I'm not mistaken, it says too easy. Let's put this in real quick. Let's just ask. Did the New Orleans, which I got fun facts, the whole New Orleans emblem, that was actually an emblem that the French Edomites would brand runaway slaves with. You can look that up too. Did the New Orleans escaped? Let me see. Escape. Excuse me. I gotta get some light in here. Escape inmates right on the wall. Too easy. Let's see. What do we got? Look at this. Why'd they write this on the wall? Why would they write too easy, LOL? Because they probably let him out. Look, I'm innocent. Okay? What is the old saying? Remember back in the day? The crates just showed up with guns. Okay? We're dealing with a cunning hunter. All right? What does a hunter do? He leads you as a flock to the slaughter, but he has to lead you down a path. Okay? So just like a hunter, he positions where he wants his prey to go. So you mean to tell me you don't think that this Edomite could have easily did something to help them? Not necessarily like a CO went in there and was like, look, you don't think that something could have got loose? Just, I'm just speaking. Okay, I'm just speaking. You gotta understand you're dealing with a hunter. Okay, if it seems too easy because he wants it to seem that way. All right, look, too easy. So Jake took the bait. All right, Jake took the bait, went out here. So Daddy E, so Big Brother could use, all right, facial recognition biometric technology in real time. This could have been a whole live exercise, and Jake didn't even know. See that? And Jake didn't even know. So you gotta watch this guy, man. 2nd Esdras 15:10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Right? Because ultimately the deliverance is going to come to us in Egypt. All right, as before. But on this go around, not all Israel will be delivered, but the elect out of Israel, even though the Israel is the elect, only the elect out of the elect will be delivered. So this man ain't going to be able to get his hands on all of us like he does a 2/3. Okay, 2/3 fall victim every time to Esau's deception, which victim actually means sacrifice to a deity. Let me show you that real quick. Victim, look, victim, sacrificial animal, cunning hunter, creature killed and offered as a sacrifice to a deity. All right. So you got to watch this guy, man. Let's go back. All right. Just wanted to touch on this real quick. Make sure I went into the right word. Okay. Yep. Cunning. Okay. So it says, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Plain meaning righteous or perfect. Tents meaning the tabernacle of Yahweh. Let me prove that really, really quick. Doesn't mean we just chill in the house playing Madden. Okay, you got to get the correct understanding. Plain meaning perfect, righteous. See, perfect, complete, lacking nothing. Look, morally innocent. Jake is morally innocent, ethically pure. Okay, a priest. All right, then you go down and you go into this word tent. Watch, click the word tent. Right here, the sacred tent of Yahweh. Okay, so Jake, all right, is a morally innocent servant in the sacred tent of Yahweh Bashim Shai as his evil twin so-called brother. Okay, he broke the brotherly covenant. All right, is a carnal, cunning, chaotic hunter looking to steal, kill, and destroy. All right, so for a second, you can't put nothing past this guy, man. Let's go to Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity. You mean to tell me that they didn't devise this? Come on, you gotta think for a second. And then for them to use facial recognition to get them, and then that quickly. So they're introducing to the general public of people that biometrics, okay, facial recognition, biometrics, AI is actually a very powerful tool when it comes to threats, lost children. See, he's gonna package it really well. We could find your missing child in minutes. See, remember, the mercy of the wicked is cruel. If he's giving you something, he's not giving you something that's going to benefit you more than it benefits him. All right, he's a seducer. Let me get that real quick. Proverbs 12. He's a seducer. Okay. Oops. Let me go back. Let's go to Proverbs 12 real quick. These are just things like the elder Pastor said, we analyze. And when I heard him say that earlier, I said, what? I didn't know they use facial recognition. This is why it also says is, it's a blessing to not miss the discord of the, of the elders, of the wise. Okay. Look, Proverbs 12:10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercy of the wicked is cruel. So he had mercy on those people by saying, hey, I'm here to catch this criminal, but he's showing you mercy by working out the kinks and, whatever bugs with this biometric facial recognition technology that he's ultimately going to use on everyone over here. Okay, come on, man. This guy, come on. This guy is not righteous. Proverbs 12 and 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, us, but the way of the wicked seduces them. So Esau, Edom, as a cunning hunter, like a hunter can seduce an animal with bait. He can seduce, a mother to, leave her cub, or, so he has a lot of different crafts, and cunning ways, and very clever how he can get you to fall for his traps. Let's actually look up the word clever real quick. Let's see what that says. Clever, handy, dexterous. I think dexterous goes also into the MOTB. Dextos, I think, when you go into hand. Let me see. Okay, I'm done with that. Let's see this real quick. Let's go to Rev 13. I think hand means dextos. Revelations 13. And where is it? He causes all small and great. Okay, let me see. They go down to hand. Let me see. Where is it? Right. Look. What I say? Well, what was I inspired to say through the Holy Spirit? Excuse me. Dextos. See? The right hand, the place of honor, authority. Dextos. That's what this looks like. It said. Oh, dexterous. Which, let's look up dexterous now. I want to see. Let's go over here. Yeah, this was funny. I had to bring that one out. Let me see. What's the definition? Dexterous. Oh, expert. Showing or having skill, especially with the hands. Okay. So he's going to show you, he's going to put skill in your hand by that skillful device. Let's go back. Dexterous. Dexterous, having special manual ability. Esau has special manual ability. He's blessed as a carnal, skillful hunter. Okay. Expert at seizing. See? And this is expertise to use this technology, okay, to find people, to actually find them. All right. You let them go. I'm speaking as a man, but I believe you let them go. All right. But you let them go so that you could use this, just like 911. What happened after 911? The Patriot Act. And what was the Patriot Act? Mass surveillance. So he creates a threat or releases a threat, and then he comes as this knight in shining armor, as this pure hunter to come and save people. This is how he operates. You have to understand, this is how this man's mind works. He creates a threat, and then he releases it into the public, releases it into the wild, and then he goes out and catches it. So you look at him as a savior. Okay? Yeah, right. Then I looked this up. Okay, we already read that one. All right, let's get to precept. Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. Dexterous. Okay, it's in the power of their hand. Let's see. Hand. I just want to see. Oh, yep. Yod. Yep. Hand. Okay, it's in the power of his hand right now. See, because he's a skillful hunter. So he hunts man. Okay, he hunts man. He hunts women. He also plays a psychological game with you. All right, a sleight of hand, smoke and mirrors. See, angel of light. So he creates a boogeyman. Then he said the boogeyman has escaped. Everybody go inside, and the only way we could find him is if we use this new technology. So you gotta wrap your head around, how's he gonna package the MOTB? Okay, how is he introducing the artificial Idumean to the people so they accept it? Everywhere now, everyone is accepting it. Everyone's accepting this tech. Okay, now he's showing you that this tech can help against criminals. Now he's showing you that this new technology can actually save you from dangerous criminals, when in fact Esau Edom is the most dangerous animal, the most dangerous criminal on planet Earth. But oh yeah, there ain't gonna be nowhere to run and hide in Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, because he needs this kind of power to attempt to cause the world to deal with an hour of temptation. You have to understand it. But see, we are spiritual, so he's gonna do everything in his power to come against us carnally, But what he doesn't understand is the Lord is going to lift up a standard spiritually. There's going to be a divine intervention spiritually, and he will not overcome the elect in the spirit. But you have to see, you got to read between the lines. Okay. Just randomly, these Jakes were able to escape. Okay. They were able to escape, but they wrote above it too easy, and then they were captured by facial recognition. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I don't believe that this is I don't believe that this was organic. Okay. And now he's showing you, now you ain't got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Watch how Jacob's trouble is gonna be. Okay. Put an AI put an AI facial recognition in a drone. Remember the movie Minority Report with all those little spiders? You know, he shows you little things in his movie. Look, the cunning hunter has advanced warfare. And this is what Jacob's trouble is going to be. It's going to be advanced warfare. And Jake is not ready. This is why they're led as sheep to a slaughter. This is Psalms 37 and 12. The wicked plotteth against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. See? The wicked has drawn out so if the Lord's laughing at him, we shouldn't be fretting. You shouldn't be afraid of Esau. You shouldn't be afraid of his technology. You shouldn't be afraid of MOTB. You shouldn't be afraid of World War III. You shouldn't be afraid of martial law. Okay? There'll be more with us than with them. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and he'll even use the poor and needy, all right, as prey, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. So ultimately, we're the target. He may use 2/3 as bait. He may use 2/3 as a lost sheep, but ultimately he wants to come against us for speaking up rightly. Okay, he wants to make us an offender for the word. You see, so he's introducing technology to the public to where he's letting the public know that there's going to be nowhere for you to run and hide. Okay. And then, you know what else this is doing? This is allowing him to hide behind technology and say, because our face was recognized by this tech, that means we're the guilty ones. See? And didn't it come out not too long ago that AI was being racist? There was something about that. I'll have to look into it another time. But, I just wanted to touch on this real quick. I did not know that they were using facial recognition. So it's actually quite convenient. Let's put this word in. Convenient. Let me see. Let's look this up. Spell it right for me. Convenient. Look. Oh, no. Coincidence. We need that one. Damn, I don't even know how to spell coincidence. Give me a second. Let me try it right here. Let's see. Coincidence. There it is. Coincidence. Occurrence of events or circumstances without apparent casual connection. That's how Esau works. He works on things falling together without you thinking they don't have a connection. Okay? That's how he operates. He wants you to think that there isn't a connection between 10 random criminals, 10 random criminals escaping, and then somehow, somehow this private company with a facial recognition technology was able to find them. Get out of here, man. All right. What they say, we was born at night, but not last night. It says we're children of the day. We don't sleep. Look, coincidence, exact correspondence in substance or nature. Coincidence, literally to fall upon together. See? So the real word coincidence means for things to fall upon itself, to fall together. So he creates situations that are a coincidence. Okay? So this is a coincidence. See? Too easy. Isn't that a coincidence? Then he uses facial recognition that was too easy to catch him. Come on, man. Nah, we got you, Esau. Okay, we got you. All right, we're hip to your playbook. All right, we're hip to your playbook. So as you can see, AI, biometric, facial recognition will all play a part surrounding the MOTB, because the MOTB is going to be a collar for the creature. Remember, going back to skillful and clever, it means to seize. Remember, we just went into that? Let me go back to it. It means to seize. Okay. Clever, skillful. Where is it? Skillful. Okay. Expert at seizing. All right. So he's gonna be a catcher of men. Notice say people will be taken in a great number. You look what he's doing with the deportation right now. Okay, he's getting ready, man. Esau Edom is getting ready to come in like a flood. All right, and he's going to use all this technology. And let me get that, matter of fact, let me get a very uplifting spiritual precept. Just because he's coming in like a flood to seize, all right, doesn't mean that that's the end of us. Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood to do what? To seize. Mad men sparing none. They're going to seize. Mad men sparing none. And why are they not going to spare? Because you're going to have technology, okay, that's going to already find you guilty based off your biometric identity. All right. Second Ezra 16. Let's go to this real quick. Mad men sparing none. Okay. This is Second Ezra 16 and 68. It says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you. Yeah, like right now, have you noticed that ICE is being ran out of certain neighborhoods? Why do you think they're doing that? Why do you think they're running? Why do you think ICE is being ran out of neighborhoods? So that the people can think that there's power within them. So now Esau has an excuse to heighten, use technology, and bring in federal military. ICE ran out of they ain't running out of money. Neighborhood. Let's see what comes up. All right, some single mothers, some tortas, okay, are not going to hold back a man that was blessed with the sword. Do not let this Edomite trick you, man. Just like with the Biden situation, okay? He had all y'all running in the street thinking you was doing something that ain't flying under this cruel Lord's kingdom now, okay? So let me see. Look, San Diego neighborhood responds after ICE raid shake. Look, ICE officers run away. So right now, look, Americans fed up with Trump's ICE. Okay, so guess what? He's allowing you to think that you can run them out. Look, ICE pops up. He's allowing you to look. Do you think this little ass girl? You think this little ass girl is really sending military aged men backpedaling? Okay. Remember, in the U.S. military prides itself off the studyings of Sun Tzu's Art of War. And one of the quotes in that book is, when thou art strong, appear weak. So if he's backpedaling, if he's showcasing you that you did that, that's because they need to show the rest of America that they need to heighten the force to come down to get these dangerous gang criminal illegal aliens out of this country. So this is why they're going to be accepted when they come in a flood, in a more militaristic, sparing none mentality. You see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Okay, it's like a Edomite. Doesn't he always want you to hit him first? Okay, so he likes people to see him get hit. So when he comes back with what he comes with, people aren't going to disagree with it. Well, you did hit him. You did do that. Come on, man. You got to understand the cunning craftiness of this character, man. Okay? So I got Isaiah, I got that. Okay. Just want to hit these points for you. Second Ezra 16 and 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude, military, is kindled over you, Jacob's trouble, and they shall take away certain of you. Wait a minute. Take, clever, expert at seizing, taking you, clever, cunning, crafty, skillful hunter. Oh, he's about to run through Drake. He's about to run through Jake, man. Okay? Watch. Y'all ain't doing nothing, okay? These single mothers, these little Spanish you ain't really moving nothing. All right? They're getting orders. If their orders was to shoot to kill, that's what they would do. So they were given orders to stand down. They were given orders to stand down, okay, so that they have a reason to come in more like a flood. See, we're being overpowered. We're being overran. We need to heighten our force. Come on, man. Come on. And it says, and shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols. And now you could see how the MOTB will be forced, all right, on people for tracking, okay, for order out of chaos. Okay, this is order out of chaos. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision, laughing. All right, so don't consent to taking an MOTB. And in reproach and trodden underfoot. So you're going to die anyways. You take the MOTB, you're going to die anyways. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Who ultimately fears the Lord? Jake. Ay, Dios mío, Cristo, so Cristo. Right? Jake. All right, this is Jacob's trouble. Look, they shall be like madmen, sparing none. So if that tech says you're who we're looking for, they're not going to spare you. You're not going to be able to tell them the scanner again. Okay, this sword, this modern weapon, this advanced warfare that he has, if it says it recognizes you, if off your biometric, that's you, man. That's your ass. Okay. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection. Yep. In the next cities, this city over, then that city, then the sanctuary city. See? Insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Why? Because it ain't your house. See? Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. And how are they going to be known who are my chosen? Isaiah 59:19. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, be thou faithful unto death. Fear not the devil that cast you in the prison. I will give you a crown of life. The spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai shall lift up a standard against him. See? So something is going to happen, which is going to lead to something else happening. And this is what's going to lead to major prophecy happening. So it's all going to play a part within itself. Okay. So you just got to follow, watch the hunter, watch how he hunts, watch how he baits his prey. Watch this guy. Okay. Watch what he's doing. So I just wanted to touch on that real quick. I find that very funny or coincidental, right? Coincidental. That's how you say it. That you had these Jakes that escaped, and they escaped through a hole that said too easy. So, well, come on. He dropped guns and crates in the hood. You ever heard of bait car? You ever heard of bait car? Remember that? Bait car? Remember this? You ever see the movie Bait? Look, a bait car is a vehicle strategically used by Edomites to catch car thieves or thieves who steal items from cars. You ever seen the movie Bait with Jamie Foxx? You ever see the movie Bait with Jamie Foxx? Here's another one. Okay? Look at that. In this movie, they put a damn transmitter in his mouth, okay? And they used him as bait, and this Edomite was hunting him the whole movie. And you had the F to the B to the I, listening, watching. They even would drop money off on him randomly, all types of shit. So, look, Federal Reserve, all right? So, so, hey, so we're the children of day, not as the night. All right. So I just wanted to touch on this topic, so just keep your eyes open, man. All right. This devil is definitely making his moves. Things are happening. Okay. So watch, don't follow all into the distractions. Okay. Who cares? Read Sirach. Don't watch the Diddy trials. Okay. So I just want to do that quick lesson. Be aware who you're dealing with. You're dealing with a very cunning and a clever hunter. All right. So I pray this lesson was edifying, enlightening, okay, encouraging. And don't be afraid of this guy, man. Okay. You don't fear what man could do unto you. Fear Yahweh Shemel Shai. So with that being said, I just want to say call halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles and bishops of Great Millstone that do group well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, shalom.